Peace and Black Power family. Welcome to another episode of Boss Talk, broadcasting live every Boss Talk Tuesday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Harlem's own BossedUp Staxx.
Yo, what's good? What's good? How y'all doing, man? Um, I got two special guests in the building. I want them both to introduce themselves. Y'all ain't no order, but y'all can introduce yourself, man.
Hi, I'm Lisa.
What an introduction.
What you want me to say? I'm the original bossed up Staxx.
And the other guest, Smurfette, you can hear me? Oh, some might be going over a signal. So, so Lisa, just tell the viewers a few things about yourself real quick, man.
I'm a Harlem girl. I'm a family woman. Got some grandkids, couple of kids. I used to work for the Department of Parks and Recreations as a park enforcement officer. I was a barmaid for 30 years. I assist with food drives and coat drives and toy donations, different things like that. I'm very active in my church. And I don't know why you breaking up there.
That's it?
What did I miss?
You didn't miss anything. She was introducing herself and she was just giving people small detail about her who she is and what she does. So it's your turn. You're up. Introduce yourself. Tell us a few things about yourself.
And I can't hear you.
You can hear me now?
Hello?
You can hear me
Yeah, I
now?
can hear you.
I said introduce yourself and tell us
Yeah,
about
I can hear
yourself.
you. Hi, everybody. I'm Mary, aka Smurfette. I reside in Brooklyn.
That's all you want them to know about you?
Breaking up. Um, that's what I was trying to say.
She said, that's all you need to know. I reside in Brooklyn. Ball game.
So
And I'm Smurfette.
there's a,
Supposed to be.
I didn't hear you. Say that one more time.
I said my name is Mary, aka Smurfette. I reside in Brooklyn. I take care of the elderly and and elderly.
Big Mary.
What is mine right now? My mother looking at me like I ain't no client.
Wow.
You heard me?
There's a few different things I want to I want
Can
to
y'all
just
hear me?
touch on briefly. Oh, I can hear you. You can hear me?
Yeah.
All right. There's a few different things I want to touch on briefly or whatever. Because I was expressing to someone the reason I chose you two as my guest is to bridge the gap or whatever because if we talk about age barriers um and different things of that nature. And the one thing that I find to be mind-boggling to me at times is how us young men don't take care of the elders. We don't take care of women, and we don't do different things. So um, I just want to know. I just want to know um, from each of y'all. Y'all don't. It's no order. Y'all can just take your time and y'all both answer. What is the difference in what you see now with the youth compared to when y'all was growing up as youth?
Um, so
What do we see different now in the youth from today and from when we were growing up?
Yes.
The mentality is different because everybody's materialistic now. So back then we were up on name brands and stuff, but things weren't the way it is now. So it's like everybody's out here competing, and we knew the value of money back then. Now it's like just throw the money out the window, and they'll do anything to get money nowadays. So it's a little different because the value of money. We didn't fight each other for what we had on, he's just to impress.
Lisa, you up?
One of the things one of the things that different from when I was growing up is social media, games, cyberspace. We didn't have those things. You actually had to sit down and talk to your siblings in the household. You had to talk to your parents. If there was no cell phones, none of these different type of things. And aside from that, the village raised children when I was a kid. Now, if you go to the school and some girl is there with her daughter, you see her with the neck rolling and talking to the teacher, you better not do this, that, and the third. And the kid is watching her and she thinks that it's okay. Instead of, going to the school and finding out what the situation is and handling it differently. You got your child standing there watching you act like a fool, and it's just different.
What do you feel like? What do you feel like we could do as a unit, as a people, to get back to certain of the ways from when y'all both was growing up?
I think if you start with schools, I think schools need to bring back programs that they had when I was a child, like shop for guys, wood shop, driver's ed. They had home ec, sewing, typing, different things like that in school when I was a child that they don't have now. And one of the main things that they took out of school that's a serious problem, prayer. They should definitely make that the first thing they bring back.
Mary, you can hear me?
Put some of the
What we could
pieces of
try
the
to go
letter.
back into time,
Yeah.
try to put these guns down.
As far as the morals.
Why
Can
y'all
you hear
all
me?
in the kitchen at the same time?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you.
Back in the days, we would just throw our hands up and just, fight it out. Now everybody is carrying a gun. So that's something that if we could change down, put it how it was before. If we had a disagreement, we either talk it out or scrap, fought it out and walked away, shook hands. Now it's killing everybody out here. So
Oh, she might have got cut out. She'll be back. They always come back. So um, a few months ago, I was watching this thing on, I believe it was Instagram or Facebook, with a young man that smacked a young lady with a skateboard in her face. Um, and I just was like, his friends was laughing at it or whatever, and I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Um, I felt the way about that or whatever. How does that make you feel as a mother, sister, aunt, grandmother, as a woman?
As a one, like, okay, so I have a problem with men that hit women anyway. Even though I understand certain circumstances, women's mouths get kind of crazy, whatever the case is. But a man has to realize that no matter what I say, I can't beat you. So you can let me say what I'm saying and walk away. There's no reason that you should put your hands on me. It hitting a person in the face with a skateboard is you not only disrespecting that person, like you disrespecting them, you chastising them, and you're demeaning them at the same time. So how they respond to that, you know, you get what you give.
Do you feel like it's ever appropriate for a man to put his hands on a woman for any reason?
I can't. Okay, so I'll say this because I know women that forget that they're women. And you want to be smacking a man, punching a man, all that. You gotta bring ass to get ass. If you put your hands on him and he put his hands on you, he's not wrong. Because you should have kept your hands to yourself. But in the same token, if you smack a chick or something like that's one, you don't all that stomping and beating and punching and blacking eyes and break. You don't gotta do all that. She's a girl. You know what I mean? Now, if she's a girl
Right.
that thinks she's a mister and she's challenging you as a mister, then as a man, you gonna do what you feel you need to do for your self-respect. You do have women that challenge men because they feel like they're men, but at the end of the day, they are women. So all that stomping and you don't really have to do all that. It's not necessary.
So, Mary, you can hear me, Mary?
Yeah, a little bit.
Ask mommy what I just asked you, so she can answer. She can hear you better anyway.
Huh?
Ask Mary what I just asked you. She can hear you better than she
It's
can hear
it's
me.
it's doing something.
Can you hear me?
No, it sound like
I
you
can hear you.
drilling. It's
You can hear me now. All right. I said, is it ever appropriate for a man to
you're
put his
not
hands on a
clear.
woman?
No, it's not appropriate.
You sound like you underwater or
But it's
something.
not appropriate for a female to put her hands on a man either. But I feel that y'all have more power and strength than us. So if you can walk away, just walk away. Because once you do that, now you catch a domestic violence case. That's not good on your record. So I don't think no man. If you feel like you gotta hit a woman, then you should just walk away. You should get out of that relationship. But
Unfortunately, I
some
cannot
women
hear y'all.
provoke. Some women. Some women provoke stuff. Can you hear me? Can y'all hear
I
me?
can hear you. Don't worry. No, I can hear you.
So some women, provoke men. They, slap them up, throw stuff, and then when the guy retaliates, then they call the cops. So best thing to do for a man to do is just walk away.
Okay. So,
But some men think it's
I'm.
right to beat on a woman for no reason. So why would you want to
I want.
harm somebody that you love?
Okay, I can hear you now.
Right. Well, I want to start something called the moral dilemma, right? And one of those things within the moral dilemma
Uh-huh.
is exactly what we're speaking about at this particular moment, right? So, a moral dilemma would be one where I'm speaking to two beautiful women, and they both say that it's not okay for a man to put his hands on a woman, right? So that's what y'all say
Right.
morally, right? Now here's how we find out if what y'all saying morally is true, right? The moral dilemma is if I was out on a date with either one of you guys, cousin, niece, daughter, and it was an altercation that broke out, and it was just me and the young lady, um, and there was a group of young ladies trying to jump y'all family member. What is my position? Like, how do I not physically hurt a female to protect the female that's with me at the time?
That is actually a catch-22 because in that situation, you with your sister, your cousin, whatever the case is, and some people are trying to harm her, then you are definitely within your rights to address the situation. And if it gets physical, it I don't think there's ever a need for excessive physicality. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can physically, as a man, you can punch a chick one time and it's over. You know what I'm saying? You can punch her in the stomach, punch her in the head, punch her in the jaw, knock her out. You don't have to stand there and literally stomp her, beat her, break her. You don't. That's taking it too far. It don't have to go that far. There's a
Right.
way to
Right.
stop it. One hit or quit her. Bow. Hit her on the chin right, hit her by the temple right, knock her out one time. Choke her out, like put her to sleep. But you don't have to. You really don't have to stand there stomping, kicking, or that's not cool. It's never gonna be cool for a man to do that, unless now if it's a situation where it's an all-out brawl and people's feet and all type of stuff is going on, then you do what you got to do. But if there's an opportunity for you to hit that chick one time and be over it, hit her one time. Listen, sis, bow. All right, come on, sis. I'm taking you home. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to stand there with the stomp or beater thing. You don't got to do all that.
That's your answer as well, Mary?
You gonna let that happen? So be it, bro.
Mary,
You don't need to boost a nigga confidence. If your confidence not up, bro, you don't.
you can hear me, Ma?
Yeah.
All right, she must have zoned out. All right. So, do you feel like Mary? You can hear me now?
It's messing up again.
Yeah, much better.
All right. So, do you agree with what she said? And if there's something that you want to add to it, go ahead.
What happened?
Said that if you were on a date, I didn't hear your scenario.
It's doing that
The-
jackhammer thing again.
I said if I'm out on a date with your daughter, your niece, your cousin, right? Moral dilemma. You saying that it's not okay for a man to hit a woman, but the moral dilemma is how do I protect her if other women are trying to harm her?
Aren't you out with, oh, so it's just you and my one person, one other individual, you and my daughter?
Yeah.
And if another female, yeah, well, you protecting her. So, I mean, you ain't gotta pick her up and slam her. You're a man, so you could come between two females.
But what if I just said, what if it's a group of females and they trying to jump your daughter and she's with me?
Look, you gotta do what you gotta do. You gotta do it. You gotta do what you gotta do. Because now it's a whole bunch of females. You understand what I'm saying? So now it's 4 against 1. That's just not fair. So they're not playing fair. So you gotta do what you gotta do.
Right.
Now, like I said, these are moral dilemmas for multiple reasons, right? Because there's things that we don't speak
Right, I get
of,
what you're saying.
right? It's a moral dilemma. You raise your son his whole life. Do not put your hands on a woman, and then he's out with a woman, and at the same time he has to protect this woman that he's with, right? And that means protecting someone can mean that you might lose it because of the what's installed in you, right? Um, but then there's also
And
this other moral dilemma.
you still stand a chance of going to jail for it.
I mean, like, so now my mom just said that you could give it a one-hitter quitter. I know somebody that knocked somebody out and they hit their head on the curb, and it was actually a guy hitting a guy. The guy hit his head on the curb,
Hmm.
and he actually went to jail and got a 6 to life for manslaughter, right? And
And I know
it was a
a
civil
girl that
fight,
swung on a guy. I know a girl that swung on a guy. He pushed her away, and she fell and hit her head. And he almost went away for a long time for that. And there were
right? So
witnesses saying that it was all her fault. And because he was black in a white neighborhood, they took him to jail.
that's scary. So
The,
here's another two other moral dilemmas I want to just speak upon while I have y'all. Um, one of them is, let's say that you're against abortions, right? And you're put in a place where your daughter has been raped and she ends up pregnant. How do you assess the moral dilemma there, right? You're against this abortion thing, but your daughter was raped by someone that she doesn't even know, and like she's like, I want to get an abortion. How do you assess what is the moral code for that? Like, how do you separate this for your daughter?
Are you asking what is my opinion if she comes to me?
What is not your opinion morally? What do you say that you are you gonna change? Does your moral change in this scenario because of your daughter being raped?
No, because even if my daughter wasn't raped and she wanted to get an abortion, that's her decision because that's her body, and I would allow her to do whatever she would want to do.
But then it's not a moral dilemma. That's what I'm saying. You got to we saying hypothetically, it's a dilemma because it's morally you saying I'm against that, right? Just like you
I'm not.
against men.
I'm not against abortions.
All right. So once again, hypothetically, let's say you are,
Mm-hmm.
right? Let's
Should
say
I
you are,
say? Should I
and your
think
daughter
different
gets
because she's
raped,
raped?
right? What is your position as far as the moral thought process when it comes to abortion?
okay, so
I don't know. Your mother got
um,
to answer that one.
yeah, speaking from speaking from a victim standpoint. Okay, I was just fortunate enough that I didn't get pregnant. Um, in the event that
Mm.
happens, it is totally up to the woman. For this reason,
Mm-hmm.
I am born and raised Catholic school, totally against abortions, this, that, and the third. Whatever my belief is really don't matter. Okay,
Right.
so right, because that's the Catholic belief, that's the godly belief, that's the moral belief. The belief is that any child created, be it in sin, lust, whatever the case is still a gift from God. Okay, morally, I get it. Ethnically, I would understand if you said, Mom, I can't have this kid because of how it was created. I don't think that I could look at me because I would totally understand. I
It
don't
would
think
always.
I
It would
could.
always be a reminder. Right. It
Right.
would
I
always be
don't
a
think I could
reminder for her.
look at this. But then you have some women that, in the same token, their morals say, I'm totally against this and I'm not going to do that. And I'm going to have this baby. And they have the baby and have a wonderful life. And then there's others that believe the same thing and they feel like they can handle it. And then when the baby gets here, it's a constant reminder, and the baby might wind up getting beat to death, or there's a lot of factors
Yeah. It can
in
be a
that
blessing.
takes
It can. I mean,
right. You know what I'm saying? You can look at it
Staxx. We know somebody that was. We know somebody that went through a situation and they were raped when they were young, but them having a baby, it saved them. Like it's a blessing to her. She looks at that child every day. Like she doesn't look at that child like, oh, you came from sin. She looks at that child like that's a blessing to me. Like she don't know where she would have been in life without the child. So that's a gift to her. So
Right.
People could
So
take it a different way.
again, it can be. It depends on the person. Can
Hmm.
you know what I'm saying? You got speaking again as a person that went through that. You and to still be able to love, still be able to care, still, you know what I'm saying? A lot of women, certain things happen to them. That's why you got gay women because you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
It's a lot of things.
Hmm.
So mentally,
From the trauma. Hmm.
right, mentally, can I still deal with a man? Can I still be with a man? Can I look at this kid on a regular basis knowing that my dad or my uncle or my neighbor violated me at 11 years old? Like it's a lot to it. And if the young lady chose to not have her baby, I totally understand.
Right. Me too.
Okay.
So,
This not this this is not a moral dilemma, but it is a topic that needs to be spoken upon, shed light upon. Um, generally, we see it more. We starting to see it more and more. Um, domestic violence, right? Within the relationship, and a lot of times outside of relationships. Um, I believe that it works both ways. I believe that it just goes more unreported when it comes to men because of pride and just like, oh, you let her whip your ass, that kind of thing or whatever. But so the stats is way higher with men that victimize women because of the reports. Um,
Right.
uh, but I do want to speak on it. I want to get y'all outlook on it. And we talking about relationships. We're not really talking about, what we already covered as far as, a man just putting his hand on a woman or whatever the case might be. So how do y'all feel about domestic violence in totality?
You going in and out.
You can hear me? Y'all can hear me?
Hello?
Yeah, you can hear me?
I can hear you.
My question is, how do you feel about
Wait,
domestic?
it's going away again.
You can hear me now?
It's doing that
It sounds like you're swimming underwater.
jumpy.
You can hear me? Y'all can hear me now?
When we get these games, can we go? If I go on a trip, can I bring my husband?
I can't. I only could see.
I don't see you, but I hear you. I don't see him no more.
Yeah, I could see you. I don't. I blocked the camera, but he's not on.
Right, I see you
I didn't.
block.
Did you hear the? You heard the question?
Something about domestic violence.
Y'all can hear me now?
Hello?
Y'all can hear me now?
No, you keep jumpity. I don't know. That signal over there is bad.
Y'all can hear me now?
Because I could hear. I could hear her, and I can't hear you.
I could hear her too.
Now she breaking up.
You mad loud.
Can y'all hear
Wherever
me?
you
breaking
at
up?
is.
No, can you hear me?
I'm in the same place I was all the time.
Can you hear me though? This app fucked up.
I don't know what gone, brethren.
Y'all can hear me now?
Or text her the question.
I don't know
All
what's happened here, my youth.
I can't hear him.
Y'all know Oprah's watching this. I'm getting my 15 minutes of fame right now. Y'all know that, right?
Get that 15 minutes. I hear everybody.
Say it again.
I hear all of y'all. I hear everybody.
I can hear you jumping. You
Okay, I see.
okay?
There go knowledge born.
Okay.
So I think Stack. Go ahead. Go ahead, man.
Domestic violence is a very interesting topic because it covers a lot of space. Domestic violence is not just physical, it's mental, it's verbal, and it's physical. And it happens, a lot
Y'all
of
can hear me now?
people think that it's all women, and that's not true. Men just won't admit to it. A man will not be on some, yeah, my wife be whipping my ass, son. Like, you know what I'm saying? He not gonna do that because of what his people gonna
Right.
say. You know what I'm saying? He not gonna do that. He not going to work with the scratches on his neck. Well, yeah, my wife fucked me up, son. He not gonna do that. But us, we gonna cover the black eye, put some blush or whatever, and we gonna go to work and we gonna do what we gotta do. It is because of society and how they feel about certain things that this is unacceptable. And it's during this pandemic right now, it is so serious for some of these women, men, and children that are home with these people that can't go to work, they can't go nowhere, they can't do nothing. They was already angry. You was getting beat up every Friday when he got paid and can't. Now you getting beat up like every other day because you know what I mean? And you know, it's a sad situation because a lot of times women stay in these situations because they want to hold the family together or they want the children to see their father or whatever. I don't agree with none of that. If he whipping your ass, leave. That's just what it is. Leave. And I've been in that situation too. So leave. You accept what you accept.
Can you hear me?
So if you're married, y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
You jumping around again.
Can y'all hear me? So bro, you can hear me?
Why do I keep grabbing these headphones? It's not my headphones.
So if you're married, right, and it says through thick and thin, better for worse, and now we're in a situation, and because you're in the house, now your relationship goes bad because you're not working and you're in the house. Why does that bring upon? Why does that bring up? Yeah, can y'all hear me?
No, I can hear you.
You heard what I said?
Yeah.
So how does domestic violence get involved if y'all married or you're in a relationship and just because it's a pandemic, you're forced to spend more time with each other? How does domestic violence get involved?
Well,
how does domestic violence get
how
involved?
And anything, relationships, arguments, because if you're married, is through thick and thin, better for worse. So right now, this is the worst, the pandemic.
Right. Okay. I respect that. But the worst of, because you ain't got no job, you can't go to work, I can't go to work, you think you're going to beat me up? No, I don't think so. I don't think go for a walk, smoke a cigarette, go smoke a blunt, do something with your life, but do something other than that. Because at the end of the day, it affects us both. You know what I'm saying? You're mad because you can't go to work. I can't go to work either. Like, we both are in a pandemic together. This is where people have found out that their relationships are strong, that their relationships aren't strong. that this person isn't really who you thought they were, or this person,
Okay.
because you know what I'm saying? You really got to see other sides of people. If you had to literally, really, really be in the house for 7 straight months, you didn't do nothing but maybe go to the supermarket. And some people didn't even do that. They just got Instacart or whatever. So you literally was in your house for 7 months with the same one person and the same 2 kids. And it's the day in and day out and day in and day out and day in. Now you gotta really, you know what I'm saying? Because when you're going to work and you going here and you going there, your everyday life is not as centered around this person as it is right now, being in the house all day, all night, all
I
afternoon, all
mean,
morning.
yo, you can hear
It's
me?
different. Yeah.
So, um, so here it is. Like, my question is not why does domestic violence occur, is how do you feel about it? What you kind of expressed or whatever. Um, Whereas Mary is trying to figure out why, right? And
Why what?
why would domestic violence occur, right?
Dem-
So, you know, oftentimes, um, oftentimes I say, well, I just want to read this comment real quick from someone that has been watching the show and just like, sending me different text messages. It says domestic violence should never occur in a marriage, and you shouldn't stay because of words at the end of the day, because being as one should be strengthened from being together, because you hardly see your other going to work. um so it's like, because y'all around each other, it means that that you become more violent, as opposed to when y'all was working and y'all had different schedules and wasn't around each other as much. There's no reason to be violent. um I just say this, me personally, I say that who you are always shows in times of trial or whatever. And if all it took was for us to be around each other more, for you to start slapping on me or cursing me out or all these different things that's related to domestic violence, like you just needed the opportunity to do it, right? If I didn't slap you the whole time because we wasn't around each other, and then because we around each other 5 out of 7 days now because of this pandemic, that means I've been wanting to slap you.
I
That's just
would I might look at it that way and I might not. I think in all honesty, this is a time that a lot of people are really getting to know their partner. Like, you know what I'm saying? The roses and the this and the that and everything being nice and this and that. Like, you got some chicks, they well dressed, they got the red bottoms on, the Birkin bag, this, that, and the third, and then you go to her house and she's sleeping on an air mattress with garbage all over the place, but she's outside in $20,000 gear representing. You know what I'm saying? Some people can't look at themselves, and the pandemic making people stay home is forcing you to look at yourself. It's forcing you to be with yourself and look at yourself, and a lot of people don't like that picture.
um
Oh my God, everybody's wanting something. Y'all know I'll leave too, right?
I always come back. You know what I'm saying? You heard that in Paid in Full. I always come back. They always gonna love me in Harlem.
I really
So
don't like Christopher.
just to go back
Is
into
he
something that
supposed
you
to have did
stated.
that alone? Tell me.
Yo, you can hear me, Mom? Yo, Lisa. Yo, Lisa, you can hear me?
You can.
Yo, you can hear me? Damn, that shit is
I
fucked
hear you
up. Yo,
now.
you can hear me?
I hear you now.
All right. So, um, what I was about to say is there is never in reality a way to really truly get to know someone. And the reason I say that is because of this one thing, right? As humans, this is a known fact. Like we literally change our minds 100 or more times in 24 hours. And if you could change your mind that fast in 24 hours, how could I really truly get to know you? Now, I may know different things about you and different things that you like or dislike or whatever the case might be, but to truly get to know someone that don't even really know themselves is like impossible, right?
That thought has
So,
merit.
huh?
That thought has merit.
Um,
Validity.
you using these college words that I never heard before,
Oh
but
my God.
so because of that, so because of that, it's not necessarily the simple fact that I'm I'm actually getting to know you now, but more so the fact that in reality that I'm around you a lot more and you get to see my ways and my insecurities and different things of that nature, but it's still not a reason for me to exhibit a certain level of violence um based on my own insecurities, jealousies and different things of that nature, because at the end of the day, insecurity, the key word in insecurity is in showing that it's something, it's how you feel about you and not how I feel about you, or how you visualize, you know, things from internal standpoint. But I do want to take this time, now that we covered that and a few other things, I want to take this time to do what's called Q&A, right? I like to do this on my show, um, where you ask me anything that you want. I'll give you the best answer that I see from my particular place, perception, and I'll ask you something, and we go back and forth. We do about 10 or 15 questions before we close out, and you could give your shout outs to all your grandkids, kids, and they kids, and they kids, kids, and they kids, 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 kids. You know what I'm saying?
I don't got no
So,
kids. No.
so you could go ahead and ask me a question right now while I take a sip of this good old Kavasi Snap Away.
Who, I can ask you a question? Who's your best friend?
Now this is real. I'm saying like real questions though. Like
That's a real question. Who's your best friend?
my best friend,
It's okay. I know I fell off. It's all right.
my best friend, my best friend go by the name of a man named Jesus. He picked me up and never let me down.
That's a fact.
Now I know that generally most people will have this whole perception of how could Jesus be my best friend and he's not even human and all of these different things, but um my he my relationship doesn't change based on me being able to see Jesus, but everything I could feel when it comes to Jesus. And every question that I've ever asked, I've had answered. Some questions he ain't answered today, but he answered a year from today at that time, and it was based on me not being ready, or it just wasn't my time at that time. So sometimes people forget that a not answered question from God, from Jesus, is not a, it's not a no, it's a not right now. You know,
Exactly. Because
we
things
have to
happen in
still, and
his time.
but more importantly, we have to go through the process. If you're not tested in any kind of way, how could you really sit there and say, you know, that you know you're this or you're that? At the end of the day, you can have a friend that you've never been in a situation with, and be like, "Yo, this is my rider, this is my road dog," and then situation take place, and your road dog, your rider, quote unquote, run on you because they've never been tested in a situation that was deemed to show who is who, right? So oh, Mary. So this is the Q&A part of the show where y'all both can ask me a question and I answer it based on my perception. Um she just asked me who was my best friend, so I'm gonna ask both of y'all a question that that's just gonna be different for both of y'all. I'm gonna start with you because you just came back in. You hear me, Mary? Hello, Mary. Smurfette. Smurfette, you can hear me?
Now I can.
All right.
Go
So
ahead. Shoot.
my question to you is not a question that I'm asking, but it's a question from someone that's watching the show. The question is, do you feel married people should stay in domestic violence relationships?
Do I feel that married people should stay in a domestic violence relationship?
Yeah, marriage in a domestic violence
That's what you
marriage.
said?
Yes,
No, no, they should get a divorce.
but that goes against
Why
what
would
you
you
were
want to
saying
stay in a
before. Then
marriage if somebody
that goes
say it
against
again?
what you were saying before because that goes against what you were saying before because in one breath you said, well, for better or for worse, till death do us part, and now you're saying if we married and I smacked the shit out
Not
of you,
physical.
we got to get a divorce.
You breaking up, I can't hear you. But this is physical abuse. You're causing harm to the person. Did you hear them say stay in a relationship if you getting your behind whooped?
Ain't that for better or for worse?
No,
Yeah,
that's just
okay.
dumb. No, that's just dumb. You want to be in a relationship, you want to walk outside with shades all summer or winter? No, that's
I mean,
physical abuse.
all summer is alright because the sun gonna be in your face.
For better, for worse, he meant for better, for worse. If your man lose your job, you don't need that. You don't need that coach bag. You get what I'm saying? That's for better, for worse. If your man get locked up for something, everybody make mistakes. You hold them down. If your woman, y'all want kids real bad, you have to get pregnant. You stay strong, leave her. You don't walk out for better, for worse. Not you stay with a man because he's beating you up. No,
Okay.
that's
So now
for
the second part of that question is to you, Ma. Is do you think that's something that can be worked out?
What?
Domestic violence in the marriage.
if your husband is beating you up, would you stay in a marriage?
Nah. Gotta go. That doesn't even make sense.
All right. So
So
now y'all both can ask me a question.
I asked my
if your
question already.
girlfriend is
There's another.
hitting you
There's
upside
another
the head with a
question.
bat, if you
Who's his
see,
best friend?
if your if your girlfriend is going through your phone and she see a text message and you wake up to a bat upside your head, would you want to stay with her?
That's a real question?
Yes. If your girlfriend was abusing you, would you want to stay with her?
I stayed with a girl that put her hands on me before, but when we broke up
Well, then
and she
that's
put her hands on me, listen what I'm about to tell you. When we broke up and she put her hands on me, she learned don't ever
uh-huh.
put your motherfucking hands on me again.
Why? What did you do?
What do you mean? What did I do?
Don't incriminate yourself.
I whooped her ass. Fuck you think?
What happened to? Wait, what
Put your
happened
fucking
to?
hands on
What
he
me.
happened to better
he
for
wasn't
worse?
he wasn't going to
So if
church
you,
then, Mary.
so if you was married, you still would have hit her back.
if we was married, if we she was my girl and she put her hands on me and I didn't hit her back, and
I didn't.
it was
Uh-huh.
like, so if we'd have been married, I would have had the same level of respect.
What happened to for better or for worse?
I didn't break up with her because she put her hands on me. I broke up with her because I physically caught her cheating on me.
I said if she put her hands on you and
I
y'all were
just told
married
you.
and she kept putting
I
her hands
just
on
told you
you,
that I didn't break up with her because she put her hands on me though. So
you're not listening.
that
I'm
and that was
asking
that,
you a question. So
if
you'll
we
leave
was
somebody
married
for
and she put
cheating,
it.
but not for hitting you?
It wasn't about the cheating. It wasn't
I
about the
know that.
cheating.
But
That's
I'm
that.
asking you, if you was married to someone and she kept hitting on you, would you stay in the marriage?
I answered that. You keep asking the same question. I said I stayed with somebody that put their hands on me.
Just say yes or no. If you y'all
Yeah.
wasn't married though, you never been married.
All
You a
my life
fool.
I've been married to the game. Shit me.
Nobody in their right mind would marry you.
All right, cool.
No, I'm just playing.
All right.
So you don't
So now
forgive
my
people for
question.
cheating, but it's all right for them to abuse you.
Listen, it wasn't about her cheating either.
What was it about?
Like
What was it about?
it was about me physically catching her cheating and her still trying to play the victim. She actually put her hands on me in the midst of
Uh-huh.
getting caught. In the midst of getting
Okay.
caught. So that's what it really was. Like I let you get away with putting your hands on me at different times. Now
Mm-hmm.
I catch you cheating and you still like justify your action and then you put your hands on me and you wrong. Oh nah, I gotta pack your shit up.
It's still for better for worse. You probably did something wrong for her to cheat on you. So she had to do the work.
That's cool. That's cool. Oh, so uh, so let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Are you married?
Am I married?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. Have you have you ever been cheated on during the marriage? And would you stay with a cheating husband?
I've never been cheated. I wasn't cheated in the marriage. I was cheated before the marriage, but I still got married. But I can't answer that question because it depends on the sin. I don't think anybody should cheat, but I had a conversation last night with my daughter and someone else, and they said if somebody is intimate with another person, that's not cheating. How is that? It's just sex. So that means that somebody's not doing something right at home. So do you think if your wife has sex with somebody else, is that cheating? Don't answer the
Well,
question like
cheating.
you did. Answer she did it.
No, listen, what I'm about to tell you. Cheating is more than a physical thing, though, right? So,
It's
like,
adultery if you're married.
no, but listen, what I'm telling you. Cheating is more than a physical thing, for the simple fact that at the end of the
Hmm.
day, the reality is that if I could, it's a mental thing, right? So if I can hold a conversation and keep your attention for a certain amount of time, you'll you'll lose a certain level of attention or whatever the case might be for the person that you're actually dealing with, right? I become more interesting to you if my conversation is better than the person that you're with. So it starts with the
Well,
mental stimulation.
okay. But that just means that your spouse is lacking something and you have something that he doesn't. But that doesn't mean I'm a cheat just because I'm cheating because I'm in a conversation with you. Me and him just don't communicate well. You're not gonna get 50-50 in a relationship or a marriage.
Yeah, but
50-50 in a relationship and a marriage.
I don't believe in 50-50 because if I only give you 50, that means I got 50 to give somebody else and so on and so forth. So that doesn't really work. If you're not gonna give me 100, then we wasting our time.
Okay, but do you think that your wife or the girl that you're with is gonna have all the qualities that you want in her? Because you might not know that. So you might get with a female, then y'all get married, and then you find out she snore. You're not gonna leave her because she snore, right?
Nah, snoring is not a quality or like, you know what I'm saying? Like snoring is not a quality that should make a person cheat.
I'm saying it's a quality. I'm just saying it's something that you might not be able to live with because she snores. You're not gonna never get a good night's sleep. Now you got to go sleep on the couch.
I'll just go to sleep before her, or we'll find a way for her not to snore, right?
What if you
wake her about her sleep, tell her roll over on her stomach, or pop her in the head with the pillow, or you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, or
I would just I tried those taps.
I would have to go to drunk. I would have to go to sleep drunk every night so I can't hear shit, or you know what I'm saying, like, or I would have to try to have.
Now you're gonna come. Now you're gonna be.
You know, I always knew you needed help.
What? Yeah, why not? I was just trying to give her the best sex in the world because a good nut will good nut, good sleep. Like,
make her snore louder.
you feel me? I don't know, man.
I sleep too light. I can't.
Man, if you still sleeping light, that mean he ain't hitting it right.
That's not true.
But I gotta.
Because,
all right, cool.
Because it could wake you up.
One of my
wake you up out to sleep?
somebody that's watching the show said if you really love the person, you're gonna make it work, even through snoring. A person snoring is a justification. Like, you know, snoring is a justification for a person to, you know, for you to not like a person or want to cheat or whatever the case might be.
If I don't get no sleep, I'm gonna be cranky. And I'm gonna be acting a certain way, so we're not gonna get along because I'm not getting the proper sleep. That's not a healthy relationship.
All right, so let me ask you something. What is a good excuse for cheating?
Now you got it. Now you got to get drunk. Now you got to get drunk every night. So you're an alcoholic now. That's not a healthy relationship.
You just know and help me out, man.
So now I gotta buy you a bottle every night. Don't think
you
so
don't gotta buy me shit up. You don't gotta buy me shit. I buy my own bottle. It's your fault. I gotta go through this shit anyway. Yo, but I'm asking you a question. What is a good excuse? What is a good excuse for cheating?
None.
There's never a good excuse to cheat?
No.
Not even snoring?
No. No. Just like the person told you. The person told you. If you love the person, you'll do it. Why do you have to cheat?
Hey, yo, Lisa, you can hear me? What is a good excuse to cheat?
Lisa,
Huh?
what is a he said? What is a
What is
good
it?
reason for cheating?
A reason for cheating normally is boredom, unhappiness, men just feeling like they missing something. I don't
No.
know.
That's fucking
He said, can
crazy.
you use that as an
That's
excuse
crazy.
to cheat? Can you make up excuses to cheat?
No, you cheating because you unhappy, and if you unhappy, then you should leave the person. You don't have to cheat.
Exactly.
If you unhappy going about your
Uh,
business, you live your life. You're unhappy. You don't
I
you
told
don't you
you.
don't have
have
to
you?
break my heart or break me because you're unhappy. You unhappy, leave.
Right.
So,
If
I
something is wrong, we're
before.
not communicating, or the sex is not good. We have to fix it.
All right, so let me ask y'all something. This is y'all both got to ask me a question, but I want to ask both of y'all a question. Y'all can both answer it. Have y'all ever cheated on the test?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then y'all
Yes.
cheaters,
Yes.
man. I can't trust neither one of y'all, man. Y'all cheaters, man. That's it. Y'all try to be faithful in a relationship, but y'all cheating y'all way through life, man. Y'all
Cheating
cheaters.
on a relationship and cheating on a test is two different things.
I was I was in the seventh grade. I didn't know how to draw.
Yeah.
I let the Chinese
Yo,
girl draw my picture. That was in the seventh grade. You gonna hold me for that?
I mean, if I
I
was in a
still don't know how to
relationship with
draw.
you,
That means I'm a cheat in my relationship.
if I was in a relationship with you for 10 years, you will hold me for 10 years ago when I cheated, even if I didn't cheat in 10 years. It happens every day.
I wasn't dating in the seventh grade.
Oh man, you been
I
practicing.
wasn't even
I want it
kissing.
7690. So so now so ask y'all
What's
question to
funny?
me. Ask y'all question to me.
Are you a cheater? Are you a cheater?
a che- Man, a cheetah is an animal, man. What kind of question is that, man? That's crazy.
Yeah, you know you ain't want to answer that.
I'm not a cheater. I've cheated before, but I'm not a cheater, right? Just
You don't
because you
cheat anymore, you said?
just because I don't have nobody to cheat on. That's crazy. If listen, cheating 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 is yo. That's crazy.
Here you go.
Cheating, right? Cheating doesn't make you a cheater, right? Cheating is I cheated right now and I cheated in, you know what I'm saying? But a cheater is somebody that can't not cheat. An alcoholic is someone that cannot go without liquor, right?
You're
So
breaking up.
look,
I can't hear you.
this is a more realistic question somebody asked. They said, why 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 do I cheat? Why why did I cheat or why do I cheat or whatever? So
Okay, why did you cheat?
the answer to that is it depends on which relationship you're talking about, right? When I
Right.
cheated,
Because you
when I
cheated
when
so
I
many
cheated,
times.
no, I didn't cheat. Listen, when I was 18 years old,
Today,
when I was 18 years old, today what?
you didn't cheat.
Today I ain't cheat. The hell?
Oh, you
When I was
single, so
18
you
years,
can't cheat.
hello, you understand what's going on? When I was 18 years old, I was with a girl, whatever. She was,
Uh-huh.
we both was kids. So like, she cheated, then I cheated, or
Uh-huh.
whatever. My next
Okay.
relationship, I ain't even, I didn't even cheat. I ain't even
Uh-huh.
cheat, right? She accused me of cheating because I'm handsome and yeah, and
Oh
I'm a
boy.
people person. So when real talk, when she cheated and I caught her cheating and she found out that I didn't cheat, she felt like an asshole. But that's what happens. Like just like women cheat and y'all
So
y'all
she
try
was
to just make it
upset
seem
that
like
you
it's
were
men.
she was upset that you were sociable
Yeah,
and
and she
handsome.
and that was one of the qualities that she actually liked about me. That was the what I'm saying. It was
Right. That's what I
crazy,
don't
but
understand. That's how you caught her eye. What are you mad at?
right. So now, um, what else?
Was she
The
blind?
next, I don't know. She you know she smoked some weed for some cataracts or cataracts. I don't know what the fuck she. You know what
No,
I'm saying?
because
I
you
don't
said
know.
she said you was handsome. Maybe she was blind.
You been practicing. Your camera is off, so people can see how ugly you are. But
I know I
but,
look good.
but yeah. So did Remy Martin. Um, what else? Who else? Oh, my next
I
relationship,
just don't like
Shorty.
being on camera.
Shorty came in the relationship cheating, so that shit didn't even really count or whatever. My relationship after that,
How you come?
um,
She came in a relationship cheating, so she was with somebody else, and then she cheated on that
well,
person
she
and
wasn't.
got with
No,
you.
she had a dude that she was tricking that was tricking on her, or whatever the case might
Uh
be,
huh.
and she wasn't willing to tell me, like, yo, I got this dude tricking on me, or whatever the case might be. So
Okay.
like, you have the option to stay and deal with him tricking on me and whatever. And I found out about it, and I ain't give her no ultimatum or none of that. I let her do what she was doing. And then one day she did something that was like the most extreme shit that somebody could possibly do. And it was like, nah, I let her get away with so much. It's my time to play. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I start bringing the girls off the bench or whatever, my little bench warmers or whatever. Feel me? So, you know, that's like, you know, if I cheated on somebody, it was more so about, um,
So
it was more so about how they made me feel or whatever the case might be. Cause I don't want shit from nobody. You feel me? I know how to cook, clean, fuck,
let me
um,
ask you a question. Do you
get money.
believe
Like I
everybody
do
cheats?
everything.
The wall, so the gifts and stuff to go back under the tree.
Do you
Do
believe
I believe?
everybody cheats?
I don't believe that everybody cheats. I don't
Okay.
believe that. I don't believe that saying that once a cheater, always a cheater.
Once a cheater,
Um,
always a cheater. Right.
yeah, I don't believe that just because a person cheats
Me neither.
once, it makes them a cheater. I don't
Right.
believe none of those things. Like, I believe that
Right.
um cheating has to do with you know, a person cheating may have to do with the immature state that they're in at the particular moment, or it has to do with
Mm-hmm.
um it may have to do with a particular area where for a certain amount of time I spoke to you about how I feel about this and what you can do to help me not feel this way about this, and then you didn't give it up
Didn't
and
do nothing
you
about it.
acting like you.
Right.
Yeah, so it's like I went somewhere else
Elsewhere.
where it was more, you know, whatever the case might be. So, right. But we got about 8 more minutes. So the next couple of questions that we ask have to be like precise so that y'all can give y'all shout outs or whatever the case might be. And we can wrap the show up, right? So, yo, Lisa, this question is for you. You hear me?
What's up?
All
She
right.
left
So
us.
my question, she right there. She pretending she could cook.
I see
So
it.
my question to you is, right? Um, when as a mother, right? What are some of the more detailed things that you feel like you have to teach your daughter or daughters for them to be successful in relationships?
I would have to teach my daughter number one, stability, to be able to stand on her own, to be able to take care of her kid, herself, whatever the case is, because nobody is guaranteed to stay with you, be with you, nothing. They could die, they could leave, whatever the case is. If you have a child with this person, nothing is 100%. So you need to be able to do what you have to do for you and your child, and be careful of the man that you procreate with. Make sure you check his DNA and investigate situations before you just be all willy-nilly having babies.
You can answer that too, Mary.
Any other question? You heard me?
Yeah, you can hear me now?
Can you hear me? Hello?
Yo, Lisa,
Yo,
ask your question to me.
What's important in a relationship?
Well, I believe that um the qualities that make up a relationship, the first thing that you got to realize is that your relationship is like a baby. So there's certain things that you wouldn't feed a baby, and there's certain things that you know in a relationship that you shouldn't give to the relationship. Um, such things like communication is something that is like nourishing to a relationship. Love, loyalty, trust, honor, respect. These things are things that um are nourishing to a relationship. These are the vitamins of a relationship. Um, you know, you have to have these particular vitamins for a relationship to be successful. Um, you have to have for a guy, he has to understand that um, well, for individuals, it is important for a woman and a man to understand that they are a reflection of each other. So it would be fruitful for you in a relationship to know that this is a person that you chose and that they chose you. And if they out there looking bad, then it makes you look bad, right? And if and vice versa. Um, like these particular things are important. Realizing the one thing that a lot of selfish women don't realize, or selfish men, or insecure men, or women, or people in general, um, the one thing that they don't realize is that generally your time is your time, my time is my time, and our time is our time. I have to give you the time and space for you to be you, do you, and bring it back together. What up, champ? Everything good? So those particular things are important in a relationship. There's a whole lot more to it, but that's the long story short.
Sunday is your man game, right?
Who?
Sunday is your man game.
Yeah. Hey, yo, so give a couple of shout outs real quick. Step to the camera, give a couple of shout outs or whatever. And I'll probably give a few shout outs for Mary or whatever.
Shout out to my children, my grandchildren.
I said that.
Shout out to my son, BossedUp. Thank you for the invite. Thank you for the opportunity to.
That's it. Those are shout outs.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure that Smurfat or Mary would have wanted to shout out her husband, her kids, her grandkids, her mother, just her family. Shout me out, man. I'm her big brother, even though I'm younger than her or whatever. Shout out, everybody that came and showed they love to her birthday, on her birthday, which was Sunday, but her party was Saturday or whatever. It was so much love, joy, peace, going on in the room. She actually I set myself up to play with this dude in spades. That particular night, they kept warning me that he didn't really know how to play, but I still took him because, you know, I just wanted to play that bad. And I ain't gonna lie, she whipped my ass. But but to get back gonna be good, man. You feel me? I'm like Pac and Poetic Justice, man. I'm coming to the spades table, acting like I know everybody at the cookout, family reunion or whatever. Shout out to all of the viewers, man, and shout out to all of the entrepreneurs. If you're an entrepreneur and you're trying to come on Voice Talk and, you know, promote your business, man, you know, BossedUp Staxx on Facebook. I am Staxx, spell STAXX on IG. You could definitely hit me up, and I'm more than willing to interview you. You got to send me a picture and a brief bio, and we could definitely work, speak, and just build on things that is real that we don't really generally speak about as a unit. And these particular things keep us tied, right? It's not the Dominicans don't go through this. They don't speak about it. White people go through it or whatever, right? Domestic violence is so real that it's more white people on episodes of cops that beat their wives up. How do you think the white beater came about, right? They named it white beater because it's always a dude drinking beer on an episode of Cops. You feel me? White guy too. Big belly truck driving motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you know, I just want to shout y'all out, man. Peace and love. Y'all have a good day.
Love you, babe.
I love you more. And don't ever mention Pogo on this show without telling them that I win 8 out of 10.
Well, I'm gonna mention Pogo on this show and tell them they need to pull up on Sunday.
Yo, 8 out of 10. That's my name.
Okay. Talk to you later.
Y'all be safe though. All right.
All right.
Yeah. Now we gonna tell them. That in front. We tell them like this, yo. I'm an African. I'm a African. I'm an African. I'm a African. Yeah, y'all like that? No more. This man's mind is open. I'm an African. I'm a African. I'm an African. I'm a African. Let's get back to the gritty.
Best developed by recognizing the common enemy.